Hey everyone, I am Tanya Motes. I am the owner/trainer here at Lone Star Farm in Kiel, Wisconsin, and I am super excited to bring the first video in our new series, Horse Talk Tuesday. Our first topic is going to be spring hoof care and how to manage some of the mud and the issues that come along with it. And I'm very excited to have our amazing farrier, Joe Nygren, talk to you a little bit about some of his tips for managing the mud and keeping your horse's feet nice and healthy. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to have Joe address those at some point.
My name is Joe Nygren. I'm a farrier up in the Green Bay, Wisconsin area. I'm down here at Lone Star Farm, and we're going to talk about spring hoof care. We think spring, and first thing that comes to mind, two things. One is mud and one is grass. So with the mud, constantly dealing with thrush. Thrush is more than just that black, nasty smelling stuff that's in a horse's foot. It can be pretty severe if left untreated. It's anaerobic, so with anaerobic oxygen, it does not need oxygen to survive. So that's why horses that don't have their feet picked out regular are more prone to it. So the more you can pick the horse's feet out, the better off you are. It'll be exposed to the air, and it'll eventually kill itself. When I say it gets worse than just being black and smelly, it can get into the sensitive structures. You'll get lamenesses. I've had before where they've just been so bad. You take your hoof pick and the horse's frog will bleed. That's gotten into the sensitive structure. That is what you want to try not to have happen. If that happens, your trims are going to go from a trim to having to have the vet out and the farrier, put shoes on, hospital plates, steroids the vets will recommend sometimes. It's a hassle. The one nice thing about most barns is they have stalls, so I always recommend, when the horses come in, when they're eating their grain, just go through with the hoof pick, and it takes a minute each. Just pop it out. You don't have to get crazy picky with it. Just make sure things are clean. It's just good preventative. I mean, they could pick up nails and rocks and get sores. They get bar abscesses with rock stuck in the commissures. So it's just being a horseman. The one thing that I do sell, you can go on Groom's Hand and just find a dealer, but if you look up NEW Farrier Supply, we sell it. It's called Groom's Hand. It comes with a hoof pick. I think there was enough treatments for, I think it was like 20 applications, so hopefully a little less than a month. I think they're like 20 or 22 a piece. But look it up, it's good stuff. It's purple like Thrush Buster, but it doesn't drip all over. It's aerosol. So you got the hoof pick, you pick the foot out, and you spray this on. It doesn't drip on the ground and make a mess. The other thing with spring we're going to talk about is the green grass and the laminitis. Laminitis itself it's inflammation of the lamina. You can have laminitis but not founder, but you cannot have founder without laminitis. Founder is where the bone actually rotates. The way I look at laminitis, it's like frostbite. You get cold, all your blood is diverted to your vital organs. Same thing with laminitis. The AVAs divert the blood from the extremities of the horse to the vital organs, and that's when you have blood loss in the hoof capsule and the lamina becomes inflamed. Keep an eye on them. Horses that are turned out all the time are probably less prone to it because they could eat the grass as it's growing up. But if you're saving the grass for it to be dry and they're up to their knees, limit turnout for a long time. Better be safe than sorry. If you do for some reason have a horse you feel is suspect for laminitis, just going down to Menards or a home improvement store and getting that pink foam and just cutting it out into your horse's foot shape, and vet wrap that on. Call the farrier, call the vet first, and figure out why the horse is going through that. preventative on everything is a huge key. I'm gonna put a little plug in for farriers. It's muddy. It's very nice to have horses in when you get there, not necessarily hosed off. If they get hosed off, they get slimy. Best thing that dries them is sawdust. Throw them in their stall and just throw sawdust on their legs. That'll dry them up super fast. I like to compare it to, you don't eat a Snickers bar on the way to your dentist. So, and we're dealing with sharp knives. We try and do the best job we can. It's hard when the feet are muddy and slimy. Dry mud, not a big deal. We got wire brushes. We're not princesses. We just want to do the best job we can on your horse that day. As far as lost shoes, I don't know a farrier out there that doesn't take it to heart, and it actually drives us more crazy than the horse owners itself, believe it or not, that we lose shoes. Springtime, it's busy. People are wanting their shoes on horses. A lot of the horses we shoe stay shod year round, but there's half of them at least that get pulled for the winter. So, April we get super busy. A pulled shoe means that we miss lunch, or we miss the first half of the kids' ball game that night. So we don't want to, have shoes just falling off. The best way to put it is, as a farrier, you can shoe a horse for what he needs, or as far as support and stuff, or to keep the shoe on, but you can't do both. So sometimes, a horse's conformation will dictate that he needs a little bit of support somewhere. Chances of the shoe coming off could be greater. You could short shoe him, and that's doing him no good. You shoe him tight, make sure that shoe doesn't come off, but you might as well keep him barefoot at that point. You're just doing no favors to the horse. As far as bell boots, there's, pick your poison, I guess. Everyone has their choice that they pick. What I recommend, I shoe a lot of kind of higher speed horses, a lot of barrel horses and stuff, and I'll have the people, if it's a notorious shoe puller that needs a little bit more shoe out the back past the heels for support or whatever, I'll recommend them just taking vet wrap or duct tape and twisting it, and that'll go over the heels of the shoe, around the heel bulbs, and you can just tape that to the front, and then you just stick, because what happens with the bell boot, as soon as the foot sinks in the ground, the bell boot rises up, so it's doing no good. But just having that little buffer behind the at the heels of the shoe there with tape balled up, or vet wrap balled up, seems to do the trick. Anyways, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.